Our ministerial briefing this week is with John Shimmin, DED, and the new sort of political season's kicking off. So obviously we've got a long till ahead of us. But you come in with two you want to talk about today. So on this one, visitor numbers and the economy, you're saying there's good signs that things are looking good.
Well, it's a good time of year just to look back and see how the season's gone. We understand how important tourism is to the island, and indeed we want to grow the confidence in people to see it as a career, not just maybe part-time work. So it's important for the economy, important for the island that we grow tourism. We're doing that through trying to actually work through our strategy, the 2012 to 2015. And this is really an update to say that we're pretty confident that we're on target or exceeding it, and that the measures we've put in place with supporting events and growing some of the activities is doing well.
So where does the strategy come from? Where do you find the high rollers as such is what you're looking for, isn't it? People who've got money to spend?
It's a combination. You've got three types of visitors really. You've got business people, which another part of my department deal with. They come in to do business, which is important. You've got those who are visiting family and friends who will always come over, and we want to make them feel welcome and get them to share and buy and spend some money on the island. But the real core issue are those leisure visitors who come out of choice. They can go anywhere. They've chosen the Isle of Man. Why would they do that? Well, that's because we've got to go out there and reach them. So we've had enormous success with getting publications to promote the Isle of Man. That's not advertising, because advertising tends to be a bit like wallpaper that everybody advertises. But these are interesting articles in publications that maybe are a niche interest to train enthusiasts, motorsport enthusiasts, activities that are a bit more extreme. So we're doing a lot of work on the end-to-end and all of these challenges that nowadays is really popular. And we believe that with the changes to the Festival of Motorcycling, all of those areas we are trying to get not just the high rollers, but to get all those people who come who actually enjoy, but importantly spend their money on the island.
You talk about below the line sort of thing, like closing the TT circuit for the Top Gear man to do his thing, those sort of things where you can do things that other places can't, presumably.
Well, that's James May in the Toy Story, which is going out around Christmas, we think Christmas Eve possibly, and that will be viewed by tens of millions of people around the world. So we need to get the Isle of Man's name out there. Us advertising ourselves is very expensive. Other people advertising how good the Isle of Man is actually better endorsement. So we will be coming forward with all of the publications and articles that we've had placed around the United Kingdom particularly. That's our core business area, United Kingdom and Ireland. But actually now we've got big opportunities with the Chinese, the Indians, and those whose economies are still strong, who are doing more travelling. They're coming to the United Kingdom. We've got to try and find a way of reaching them. So that's another part of the strategy.
Well, you've got to get into the Isle of Man. I appreciate it's not your department, but I mean, nowhere in here does it flag up that you're a bit worried or anything about air routes and its future, especially with Gatwick, for instance. Does that not cause you a worry?
Of course it does. Government's been worried about this for months, as the business community in particular. We're fully aware of all the concerns. Indeed, I know better than anybody the importance to the economy of having good connections through to London. It is very difficult. We're in the middle of dialogue and discussions, and no business person wants us to be explaining to the country what's happening during those negotiations. I remain very optimistic that there will be business commuting travel into the centre of London at times that suit the business community. I'm also pleased that there is affordable transportation from the south east area through EasyJet, which can bring tourists in. And we know EasyJet bring in more people. That's their business model, is lower charges, bigger seat capacity fills. So I'm optimistic that it gives the Isle of Man people an opportunity to travel to London cheaper, but also the business community, I'm confident we will be able to announce soon the servicing of that community.
Because I've heard from the e-gaming sector, people, of course, not wanting to be on the record briefing, but they're really concerned. I mean, their model is getting people in and out, as they call, to the Rock and back in the day, and that is causing them quite a concern, because up to now there's been these great communication links, and suddenly they're looking at not having that. And you know how it is about even from people from the Isle of Man and being in the United Kingdom, and they have to count those days now. I'm being people with incomes.
I'm aware. I've heard Philip on the radio. I understand, because we talk daily to the business community. All I can say is please maintain a degree of confidence for a short period of time there will be announcements which I think will reassure many, many people. We can't make that commitment at the moment. It's not guaranteed. But indeed, all of this speculation is very destabilising to the economy and to the business people. We talk to them, we share their concerns, we remain optimistic that there will be announcements in the relatively near future which will reassure them that our services are going to be at an acceptable level. It'll always be a challenge for government and the airlines to make a small population profitable, but we are optimistic.
Before Christmas?
The announcement, I'm sure, will be within the next 2 to 3 weeks. But I am aware this uncertainty really is problematic. It's been a very worrying period for the last week or two. The amount of publicity about it really, I think everybody in business should know the government cares about how successful we are. We need good traffic links into the London area. We're optimistic that we will restore those fairly soon. And certainly there will be a continuation from the end of the service in March so that it'll be seamless.